Hello and welcome to another edition of the Talk of the Crown, the chat show led by you guys that is all about the British royal family. And like I said, it is led by you guys. You guys get to talk about whatever you want to. I'll be reading your comments. I am live. It is 10 o'clock GMT, which is British time on Saturday evening, which of course I will be here this Saturday and next Saturday forever and ever and ever and ever. Yes, hello and welcome. I'm going to go straight to the chat room and happy Easter. Happy Easter to you all. That's it, just pause something on my screen. Hello. I can see everyone in there. Will the Easter service be televised? No. I did look for a listing because in recent years things have started to become streamed. So I looked on ITV, I looked on BBC, I looked on different YouTube channels that could possibly be streaming it. And the answer is no. I think it is very much like at Christmas, where it's like a private religious service. So no, I don't think it will be televised in line with how it's been for the previous years. But I do think, just like at Christmas, we will see the arrivals and departures like we did last year. I covered the arrivals and departures last year as well, so 2018. So if you want to go back and check out the Easter service 2018 videos, please do. They are there for you to go and look at. But no, sadly, I don't think it will be televised. Do I think Harry and Meghan are going to attend? I don't think so. Controversial. They may just show up, but I don't think we're going to see them. You look amazing. Thank you. My headgear, it was a gift. Is that Camilla's headpiece from her wedding? It's very similar, isn't it? Which is why I think I like it. I should combine this with the parasol. But yes, you're right. It is extremely Camilla from her wedding with the nice big. But also, I thought it was very Eastery. So I've been saving it to wear on Easter week because it's kind of. I think it's very Eastery. Not sure what to call it. Yes, I think it's a headband, a fascinator. Are you fascinated by my fascinator? Hello, wherever you are. There's lots of people joining the chat. I can't tell how many have joined it. It says only 14 for me, but there must be more because there's more of you in the chat room. Little Annie says, the gold braid signifies he's an aide de camp to the Queen. Oh, have you been talking about things before I got here? My goodness. Annette says, tomorrow is when the Queen announces Garter and Thistle nominees, and I was wondering if she was going to make Harry one. There's room, plus he could be a companion like, well, it's possible. Anything is possible, and it could happen. So watch this space. Again, anything like that doesn't usually leak if she's going to or not. So we'll have to wait and see. Yes, stand and deliver. It is very Adam and the Ants, isn't it? Yes, happy Easter, everybody. Love my jacket, thank you. It's very military, but again, I've had to cinch it because I've lost weight, so I'm having to cinch with a little scarf. Look, there we go. I'll style it out, but yes, it is rather cinched at the back this week. Otherwise, it's just massive. This is a large, and I think I'm more of a medium now in that size. Any baby yet? No, not that we're aware of. But I will talk quickly at the top of the chat about this. So last week, I was slightly confused by the statement that was released by Harry and Meghan about the privacy. Then there was rumours about that the press were going to be on the long walk. Then there was that thing from Germany. But now I'm not confused because Emily Andrews has kind of confirmed the German thing that was leaked from Germany. So it does actually now appear like when Meghan goes into labour, the media will be informed. They will be allowed onto the long walk to do their reporting. Then I presume the media will probably be told once Meghan has had baby, because otherwise they will just literally be waiting indefinitely, which I don't think would work. So in view that they are going to be notified that she's in labour, I would imagine they'll also be notified that she's had baby Sussex. Then it will probably be 2 days, 3 days, or however long it takes for Meghan to recover enough to be able to do some kind of photo call. And it says within the grounds of Windsor Castle. Now, I'm still not thinking it's going to be outside. I'm thinking it's going to be a room, probably inside of Windsor Castle, very controlled. You know, like one press, one TV camera, one interviewer, and that will be the baby show. Then we may get a few days later some official photographs, perhaps posted to Instagram. But I think that's going to be how it's going to work. So in terms of has Meghan had the baby? No, because the press would have been notified and they would have been already now on the long walk. So we'll know when she goes into labour. I don't think they're going to keep that a secret. So I think I now understand, you know, taking little bits of information from everywhere, what actually is going to happen. Yes, the headpiece. It is fabulous. Thank you so much. Is it going to? Yes. Happy Resurrection Day. He has risen. I'm doing it for Jesus. You look lovely. Thank you. What is the best time of year to visit the UK, and should I use a tour guide? It depends where you visit. I would say in London you don't need a tour guide, and most tourists do go to London. So no, I would say if you go to London, buy one of those hop on, hop off bus tours, because they are amazing, and you can also use them as transport. Yes, you have to go round a certain route, but they give you information about what you're looking at, and you can use it as transport, and everything, you know, and you can kind of walk around London anyway. So I would say do that. But if you do make it all the way over to the UK, especially from far afield like America or Canada or Australia, any far-flung places, don't just stay in London, because London is a very cosmopolitan city and it has lots of history and all that kind of thing, but it is not a true representation of the whole of the UK. So do venture outside of London to go and see a little bit further afield. You know, even go up to Scotland, go to Windsor, go to the Cotswolds, go and visit Cardiff in Wales. You know, go have a little ferry ride over to Ireland. You know, go and see lots of the UK. And there is actually, sailing out of Southampton, a cruise which goes all the way around the UK, and it stops off at different places on the way. And that is actually a great way of getting to see places in the UK. And it goes to places I haven't even been. So I would like to do a UK tour on a cruise ship. That would be amazing. So yes, don't just stay in London. Jamie Hall says, looks like a hat Camilla wore when she married Charles. Yes, that's why I love it. Isn't it amazing? Mrs. BSN says, I think the Sussexes will be there tomorrow as they live around the corner. Also, since the Duchess of Cambridge was last year and was due any day at that point. We'll have to wait and see. I think all pregnancies are different, and different people feel differently about how they want to present themselves so close to this kind of time. So we'll have to wait and see. If we do see them, I think for me it will be a welcome surprise, but I'm not expecting them. I don't want to kind of put that on Meghan, because it's extra pressure to look good and, you know, be presenting yourself to the world when you just probably want to have the baby already. You probably just want baby Sussex out. Come on, shoo, hurry up now, come along, shoo. Like a big avocado in the womb that needs to come out. So I think it depends very much how she feels, and I think everybody should just respect that. If we see her, fabulous, and Harry, of course, fabulous. But if we don't, then I think we can still be happy that they're at home resting and nesting. Hashtag resting and nesting, ready for baby. So I'll be happy either way, but it would be nice to see them, I think. Oh, 290 apparently watching. Yeah, it's not showing up for me on my screen in front or on my phone. It still says 14. I don't know if you can see that, but up somewhere up there, it says 14. Apparently, I have 14 viewers. Hello in Puerto Rico. Or was it Puerto Rico? Yes, the fascinator does go well with the jacket. Thank you. Very Eastery. I I'm enjoying. Oh, happy Easter to everybody who's saying happy Easter. John 3.16 says, if Charles bypasses the crown, not going to happen, and it goes to William, will Harry and Meghan's children automatically still inherit the prince or princess's title? Technically, yes, because Charles would have been king to abdicate, because you have to abdicate. So in that scenario, yes, because he would have been king even for a brief moment. So technically, yes, but William could still confer. Let's say, for example, Charles died before the Queen and it passed straight to William. It would then be up to William to bestow those titles on Harry's children if he wants to, and if Harry and Meghan wanted him to. What brooch am I wearing? The same as what the Queen wore this week. It's my Queen's replica Australian wattle brooch. You probably can't see because of the lights, but it has little yellow diamonds, and it's a wattle. Work it, thank you. Yes, who would have thought Camilla, style queen? But yes, get your fascinators. Get your Camilla fascinators. Yeah, no, I don't think baby's been born just yet. But it's getting close because tomorrow's the Easter service, and it also the Queen's birthday. 93 years young, I have to say. And yes, Charles will not bypass the crown. Do you think she will wait for the day after the Queen's birthday? Well, she's not going to put a cork in, is she, and to stop the baby from popping? If baby wants to come, baby's going to come. My goodness. You wouldn't just hold on just to wait until after the Queen's birthday. No, you're not going to pop in a cork. No. Baby comes when baby comes. Apparently 338 are watching now. Thank you. Yes, probably like the engagement interview. I agree. I think that's probably going to be a very similar style. Camilla, is that you? Do you know what? I think I'm slowly turning into Camilla, aren't I? I've got the parasol. I've now got the headpiece. Yes, it's only a matter of time before I have the really big bouffant. Well, I have got bouffant hair, but the long bouffant hair and the honeycomb tiara. Angela says, I wonder if Harry and Meg will go tomorrow. Again, like I've said kind of at length on that, we'll be happy if we do, but we should also be happy if we don't. Where's the Queen at the moment? I would imagine Windsor, getting ready for the service tomorrow. Is that Elliot or a bush? Yes, I'm a big dry bush. Hello to everyone who's just joined. Melinda Day says, I'm sorry, I can't believe she would want to miss out on some kind of baby press. I just can't help the feeling that she creates more of a frenzy. She's a smart cookie. And I think I go back to what I said before. It depends how she feels on the day. She's probably, of course, been invited. Why wouldn't you? Pregnant people are not, pregnant ladies are not, it's not an incapacity. It's not a disability. You can still do things right up to your waters making a mess on the floor, Oh, how messy. But I think it depends entirely upon how you feel as an individual. You might just not feel like presenting yourself to the world. Who knows? I've never been pregnant. I don't know. Let me know. Would you want to turn up? Okay, ladies that have been pregnant. If this was you, would you want to do it? Let me know. Cat Lover says, every time I sit down to watch me, you put on one of your tiaras and your family knows not to bother me. Yay! Tiara power. You go. Is Dory in the UK now? I haven't seen her. But again, Meghan did say that possibly, May. So, we're nearly the 21st of April. So it could be another couple of weeks, my loves. We might have to be patient even longer. Arnold says, what is up with some of these royal reporters thinking they own Meghan? Not just Meghan. They think they own the entire of the royal family, and they have some kind of monopoly over them. So I would agree with you, but I would extend that to they think they own all of the royal family. Alicia says, I think the best time to visit England is in March, April, May, June or July, those times. I mean, yes, that's probably the best chance of when we have good weather, but we have been known to have snow in May, so be warned. Wendy says, your headgear really does look like Camilla's wedding fascinator, which I loved. Oh, okay, now that I have my laptop, I'm just going to pull up a picture of it. Just bear with a moment while I just find it, because I think it would be quite funny to compare and contrast, wouldn't it? So I'm going to type in Camilla wedding and just hope it comes up. Oh, here we go. Okay. Do you know what? It so does. Oh my goodness, it so does. Okay, look. Look at that. Okay, I know you can see my ring light. Look. Oh my goodness. That is so like it. Wow. Okay, wow. I'm living for it. I really am. That is amazing. Okay. And I think I've just clicked off something that I wanted. Anyway, never mind. But yes, that is amazing. Wow. Stunning. Did Meghan ever have a second baby shower? I think it was a rumor. I think it was supposed to happen, but never did. Yes. And don't be misled. There was reports, was it about Eugenie going to a baby shower? But it was actually her friend's baby shower, not Meghan's. And I think the article I saw was trying to make out that in the title to get you to click that it was Meghan's baby shower, and it wasn't. It was a different friend. Annette Wells White says, if it's controlled like the engagement, we'll get to see more about the baby than a quick. Yes, I agree. We will get to see a little bit more. Might be able to really see what the baby looks like. Yeah, worth the wait. Well, there you go. Magna says, Theresa May's on a walking holiday in Shropshire. Any sightings? Yes. Not walking. Theresa May, the Prime Minister, has not just strolled past my window and dropped a sweet wrapper in my yard. No. But she did turn up at a local train station. No, not train station. Like a service station, a motorway service station, to get refreshed. So it made my local news, kind of. And then she went on to Wales. So I think she's been in Shropshire on the way to going to Wales, because Shropshire is obviously on the Welsh border. So so no, I haven't seen her strolling past my house. Yes, the baby will come when baby is ready. Angel says, Buckingham Palace released 2 weeks ago that they would let everyone know when she went into labour, and you said you didn't believe that. No, Buckingham Palace didn't release that. Buckingham Palace released that they were going to keep it private. It mentioned, the official statement said absolutely nothing about the long walk or releasing information when she went into labour. That was all released by a German press. The German press released additional information that wasn't supposed to be made public. Now, when something's not supposed to be made public and it's only one source, it does make you question it. But then when, recently I've just found out that other royal reporters are now kind of saying that that is true, they're corroborating it, then that obviously makes me believe that it is true. So I can finally say, yes, that is true. But that was not in the official statement. Yes, do watch my Blitz Hill, and thank you, Angela, for calling it brilliant. Shay says, I'm hoping to see the Cambridge tomorrow. I think definitely we will. Will they bring George and Charlotte? Oh, the children, it depends. They haven't in the past, and they have to certain things. So I think it depends again on the day, how boisterous the children are feeling, and if they think they can sit that amount of time. I wonder if Meghan will attend. We will find out. Is Catherine expecting? No, not that I'm aware of. But we always know with Catherine, because she gets that terrible severe morning sickness. So no, I don't think so. So is it confirmation that it's a home birth? No, not confirmation. But again, it's the most likely option, because if they're now obviously announcing when she goes into labour, all eyes will be on Frogmore. not that they aren't anyway. So if she gets whisked off to a hospital, a local hospital or one in London, we don't know details around the hospital that's been chosen. The press will know, and then they'll just decamp from the long walk and go straight to the hospital. So it seems more likely that if they're having a hope of keeping it private, it points more towards a home birth, but it doesn't rule out a hospital birth. In short, nobody actually knows. It is private, and no official details or leaks have been put out there. So we just have to kind of make sense of what best fits at the moment. Mrs. VSN, shoo the baby out. Yes, shoo the baby out. HM the King says, best time to visit London is in July or August and November for the best prices. Ah, there you go. Good tip. Okay. Over 400 watching now. My goodness. Stephanie A. Joy says, that's a cruise plan. London to London. Well, yeah, Southampton to Southampton. Southampton's just a little bit kind of down and a bit to the left of London, if I've got my geography right. But yes, it does literally go around the UK. Yeah, around the UK, going up round Ireland, I think, first. Kathy G says, yes, toward the end of pregnancy, you just want to get it out now. Yes, the royal eviction notice. Yes, baby Sussex, you have been evicted. Baby Sussex, sashay away. Baby avocado. Where's my paddle? Banned. Oh no, is it reading backwards? Look, I've got these little paddles, and I've drawn an avocado, and it's banned. I'm banning avocados. Oh wow, lots of people watching now. Oh, nice fade, thank you. I don't know if it's a fade or grey. Lovely brooch, thank you. Hey, Tim the King says, no, you didn't go all out for a birthday. Where's the bow? You don't like the outfit? This is everything. Angela says, wish you would have a meet and greet. Maybe we'll do the cruise around Britain, and then all of you guys can fly in if you're American or Canadian or Australian, or even if you're British, you can just see places you've not seen before. And I think it stops off in Edinburgh Port. Is it Leaf Docks? So you can see Britannia as well. Maybe we'll have to arrange that. Sandy Pun says, hi Elliot, happy Easter. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. How are you? And thank you so much. Thank you for posting. Margaret says, dearest Elliot, will you go live when it is announced that Meghan is in labour? Yes, unless of course it's in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. But yes, I will. Angel said, oh, but it could be a long wait. I mean, it could be hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. We'll have to get popcorn. Angel says, Princess Diana had her labour induced with William because of the media, so it was scheduled around Charles's polo matches so he could be there. Yes. So, again, maybe Meghan has scheduled in the baby. Again, we don't know. We know no details surrounding it, but anything is possible. I'm saying anything is possible because that's true. It really is. James 24 says, lovely to see Eugenie with the Queen. Wishing Her Majesty the Queen a happy birthday. Yes. Eugenie accompanied the Queen, and it was lovely, lovely, lovely to see her there. Both looked gorgeous. The Queen definitely giving Eugenie a run for her money in the style stakes. I think I invented a word. Stakes. The Queen looks, I mean, it really is true. She has the skin of a queen. Gorgeous. Even her wrinkles are perfect. I think HM the King said that, and that's a quote I'm using. Even her wrinkles are perfect. She is just, she's Gloriana personified. Now, we know it's the Queen's birthday tomorrow. The Queen has 2 birthdays, but this is her real birthday. So I'm going to read a little bit to you about her birth. I thought that would be a really nice thing to read. So let's carry on. So Elizabeth was born at 2:40 GMT, of course, on the 21st of April, 1926. That was a year after my own nan was born. during the reign of her paternal grandfather, King George V. Her father, who was then the Duke of York, who later became King George VI, was a second son of the king. Her mother was the Duchess of York, who later became Queen Elizabeth and then the Queen Mother, was the youngest daughter of Scottish aristocrat, the Earl of Strathmore and Kinghorn. Elizabeth was delivered by caesarean section, so a C-section birth, at her maternal grandmother's London house, 17 Bruton Street, Mayfair. Now that property is no longer there. It has been demolished, but I think there is a plaque that marks the spot of where it was. She was baptised by the Anglican Archbishop of York, Cosmo Gordon Lang, in the private chapel of Buckingham Palace on the 29th of May, and named Elizabeth after her mother, Alexandra after George V's mother, who had died 6 months earlier, and Mary after her paternal grandmother, Queen Mary, of course. She was nicknamed Lilibet in her youth by her close family, based on what she called herself at first. So obviously she struggled with the name Elizabeth. She was cherished by her grandfather, King George V, and during his serious illness in 1929, her regular visits were credited in the popular press and later by biographers with raising his spirits and aiding his recovery. And there we go. A little bit of detail about the Queen's birth. So some of you may not have known that Elizabeth was in fact delivered by C-section, and it was classed as a home birth. So in relation to Meghan, anything is possible. Just saying. So yes, I thought that was just a really nice thing to read out. And also I want to talk about some of the records that Elizabeth has broken during her record-breaking reign. So let's talk about some of these. Let's have a look. So she is the longest reigning British monarch. So on the 9th of September 2015, Queen Elizabeth surpassed Queen Victoria's previous record of 63 years and 216 days. The occasion was met by celebrations across Britain. She's also the longest living monarch. She's the longest lived British monarch. She has the longest marriage. She's been on the most currencies. She's visited the most countries. I think she's visited to date 116 in total. She is the most photographed monarch in the world. And I'm going to add one of my own. I would wager that she is the most licked monarch because of the stamps. She's on stamps all over the Commonwealth. So therefore, she must be the most licked woman on earth. Think about it. I'm adding that one myself. So yes, just a little bit of Queen Elizabeth trivia. So happy birthday, Your Majesty. And if you want to leave comments of happy birthday in this video, please do. Thank you for saying I look fabulous. Yes, it could be a planned C-section. You'll need to shave. Melinda says, well, there is the Queen's birthday. Yes, the 21st. Prince Louis's birthday, 23rd, and Princess Charlotte's birthday. Yes, who knows? Baby comes when baby comes. Gina Wiggles says, I like the Wiggles, says, doctor made me wait. An emergency C-section. And he told you to cross your legs and wait. Oh, no. Oh, cork. Yes, hashtag nesting and resting. There we go. Yes, the standard is up. Oh, Angela says the standard is up at Windsor. There we go. The Queen is definitely in residence. Best jacket on the planet. Thank you. Thank you to Laurie, who says loves the headpiece. Do we happen to have any other royal news? It's been a fairly quiet week. No, it's definitely not been a voluptuous week, but I think there's a lot coming with obviously the birth of baby. And then, of course, tomorrow with the Easter service, there'll be lots to talk about. So there's lots coming, but it has been a fairly sedate week, I would say. A realist says the press is already setting up on the long walk. Chris Ship of Fry TV said the planes flying overhead are loud. Good. Live, Love and Laugh says, I really would love if the baby comes tomorrow. Share a birthday with the Queen. I think if the baby did come on the Queen's birthday and it was a girl, I think Elizabeth would have to be a choice for a name, I think. Okay, people saying no, no way, hell no. In terms of, I think that you're responding to me saying, would you, if that was you, would you want to show yourself and present yourself to the world and cameras and get dressed up literally before evicting the baby, before issuing the eviction notice? Yes, everyone's saying no, 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 no. Yes, there have been handicapped children in the royal family. In particular, like, I think it was autism. And sadly, it was the days when they would be embarrassed by that and they would hide, they hid away any kind of disability, which I don't think would happen in today's world. I mean, in Britain, we're very accepting of disabilities and all that kind of thing. You know, we even have kind of disability dating shows and all kinds of things. So, you know, disability is becoming completely mainstream, as it should be, and lots of work that Harry has done with the Invictus Games. It's everything is leading towards completely just normalizing any kind of disability. And those of you who know me know that I've worked in the disability sector for a long time previously for doing this. So yes, things are, you know, fairly good in the UK. Could be better in terms of perhaps maybe sort of access around different areas and maybe access to work and jobs. I mean, one of the things that I always thought that I would want to do if I was lucky enough to be royal and to be able to have causes, one of my causes that I would want to take up would be around getting the workplace to take on and value and get the benefit out of people that have a disability or a learning disability or a physical disability, because I truly believe that a business can really gain something great from employing people that have a disability. So that would be something that I would work on if I was lucky enough to be in that kind of position. Jennifer says, it is not messy. It's called when your water broke. Well, it leaves a mess. You need to get a mop and bucket afterwards. My goodness. Oh. Pamela says, has the William cheating gossip calmed down in the UK? To be honest, it's a load of nonsense. And really, I'm going to give it a fan flap. Oh, I'm also going to give it a paddle. I've written out a paddle. Baloney, sir. Oh, it scratched off a bit. Hang on. Let me get my pen. Look, let's make that a bit better. Okay. I do have to be careful because they rub out. There we go. Baloney. Is this reading backwards? I don't know. It's showing backwards for me on the screen that I'm looking at. Angela says, I would stay at home. Margaret says, I had 5 kids and I would totally do it. After the baby's born, your social life is all about taking care of the baby and staring at the 4 walls of your house. Okay, that's another take at it. I think the general consensus is no. Oh no, Darlene had to go to the toilet every 2 minutes at that stage. My goodness. Oh no, I think my things just kind of jumped. I think I've lost a load of comments. So if I've missed you, I'm sorry. Type it again. Lots of people saying they would stay in with cozy slippers. Margaret says, concerning the royal tabloid reporters, I find it funny. They are rude and hateful and vicious towards their target, and then expect the target to be kind to them. Exactly. Okay, lots of people predicting when baby's going to be. Oh no, imagine the waters breaking in church. My goodness. The holy waters. The holy waters. My goodness. Melinda says, I'm not saying she has to be there 8 hours later. I was surprised Catherine came out so soon after Louis, but a day or 2 later. I think we are all kind of baby spoiled. Yeah, and we can't expect Meghan to do exactly the same as what Catherine did. They're 2 different women, slightly different positions. It's different. Where can you buy this brooch? From the official Royal Palace website shop. Oh no, Wendy needed the toilet every 5 minutes too. Oh my, this is a common theme. Yes, Kathy G says no one wants to put clothes and makeup on. Yes, it's very close to Camilla, isn't it? James Med 4 says, I have to give Camilla credit for her wedding ensemble for the church blessing was really good. And I loved the kind of coat dress. It was beautiful. Emmanuel says, I was sliding down sand dunes and didn't even know I was in labour. Had your first the very next day. Oh no, you didn't even know. My goodness. Yes, let Meghan stay inside. It depends how she feels. Yeah. Okay, flower power wouldn't either. Biz Burgess says, I agree. That was bait and switch. Live, Love and Laugh says, I saw photos of Eugenie and Beatrice at a friend's baby shower. Yes. So it was a friend. It wasn't Meghan. The articles were trying to get you to click and trying to make out that it was Meghan's baby shower, and it wasn't. Make sure you take a picture for Instagram. Oh, yes, I will have to. I will have to. Oh, no. Something keeps popping up on my screen. Ugh. I hate it when it does that. So I can't see the playback. I agree. Conserving energy would be good. Thank you for the comments on the headpiece. Oh, how far is Grimsby from Shropshire? I don't know, 2-3 hours maybe. Sorry if I'm missing a few. Okay. Where is Doria? Presumably still in LA. Mrs. BSN loves the paddle. Oh, it reads right. Okay. So you guys saw it the right way around. Okay, that's good. Yes, bad avocado. Oh, hello from Sugarland. Hello, Sugarland in Texas. Mimi says, in my opinion, you are His Royal Highness Sir Elliot of Shropshire. Yes, maybe the Duke of Shropshire. Mimi says, in my opinion, oh yeah, I've read that one. Liv says, I think tomorrow should be all about the birthday girl. Happy birthday to Her Majesty. All cameras should focus on her. Yes, 93 years young. Where's the crown and sash? Oh no, I did forget the sash. Yes, I did. Sorry. Tour the royal castles. It'd be brilliant. Becky Munger says, I don't think some people understand you are 5 hours ahead of the... It depends where you are in the US. Some places are 7 or 8 hours behind us. We're ahead, I think. Yeah, so it's like, it's 10:30 in the evening here. So, yeah. GMT is definitely different. Happy Passover to all the Jewish people. Yes. Thank you for reminding me, Wendy. Thank you to Anglade. Samantha says, do you think when the Queen dies, Fergie and Andrew will get remarried? I think they just like the arrangements the way that they are at the moment. If they do, again, it's a bit like, you know, if we're going to see Meghan, if they do, brilliant, you know, but it needs to be their choice that they want to. But pretty much they are a couple. We all know. Sarah and Andrew, we all know. It's no secret. And I don't think they're doing a very good job of hiding it either. It's almost like they kind of want people to know. But no, would it change things for them? I mean, it would impact Sarah more than Andrew, because Sarah would then not be able to make her own money, do her own deals. She'd then be presumably going back to being a working member of the royal family. H. London says, I sent you that which you are wearing. I love it, but clearly it's too big for you. Thank you. I will send you a new one in a size M. Oh, you don't need to, but thank you. I've just cinched it. I'm making it work. I love this on you. Would you prefer the silver one or gold? Oh, I'll leave that up to you, but thank you so much. But you don't need to. I'm happy cinching corsetry. In fact, I have my George the Fourth State diadem, which the Queen wears, which I have a replica of. but it's too small to fit around my whole head. So I'm thinking I need some kind of hairpiece to fit it on. So, hey, you might see me with some kind of hairpiece in the future, just so I can wear that. Yes, the Queen is exquisite. Yes, Grandpa England was what he was known as, George V. HM the King says, we wish Her Majesty the very best on the occasion of her 93rd birthday with many happy returns. I wholeheartedly concur. Annette says, I thought Diana had a labour-induced because she was in distress, worrying about the birth. We don't know all the ins and outs. Okay. Will we get a photo of Prince Louis for his birthday? It's possible. They don't have to. There's no rules and regulations around it. If we do, we're lucky. Vinton Spencer says, I did that cruise of all the British Isles, and one of the day trips was through East Anglia. The tour bus went past the little supermarket. Catherine shopped. Oh, wow. And the ship crosses the channel for a day in Paris. Wow, I didn't know about Paris. It does seem a really good cruise, actually. Even though I'm from the UK, there are still loads of stops that I have not been to myself. So it would be a good one, actually. Princess Margaret requested both of her kids be born by C-section. My Magical One says, Her Majesty always looks stunning. Every outfit looks amazing on her, and her hats have such panache. Happy birthday, Mom. She is stunning. She's gorgeous. I mean, she was a beautiful young queen, and she's a beautiful older monarch. Yeah, she is gorgeous. With her lovely white fluffy hair. I love her white fluffy hair. This may sound weird, but I wonder what the white fluffy hair feels like. And I wonder what it smells like. Have a little sniff of the white fluffy hair. Oh, yes. I love anything fluffy. Southern Lady says, what colour do you think Queen Elizabeth will wear tomorrow? Oh, let's all have predictions. Blue. A nice Eastery blue, maybe. Missy Miss says, that sounds crude on her being the most licked. Well, I think she is. Seriously. She's the most... She's on the stamps. Yes, awesome firsts. Little Annie says, you don't lick stamps anymore. You are showing age. You do in the UK. We haven't got these newfangled press down. Well, some of them are, but you have to lick stamps still in the UK. Well, the ones that I've had, you do. Wendy says, I'm in Central Time, 4:28 here. Kathy says, love to see you, Elliot. You make my day. Happy birthday to Queen Elizabeth. Yes. Annette says, I knew you were going to include the most licked part. It's the most interesting fact, I think. Yes, she's always been above reproach, I would agree. Yes, the most licked. Yes, some people have sticky adhesive stamps. I don't think I've had one. Lots of people saying happy birthday to the Queen. Yes, I agree. I think it will be different to yellow because she wore that earlier in the week. HM the King says, did I not send a photo of the Standard at Windsor today? You did. Oh, apparently it's also Shakespeare's birthday tomorrow. I overlooked that one. Thank you for telling me. Happy birthday, Shake. Well, happy... How old would he have been? Can someone do a quick math? Yes, we should all sing the national anthem. God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen, send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen. Ta-da! I need a drink now. My goodness. I did too much singing yesterday. Lisa misses Princess Diana. I think we all do. Cindy says, love your hair. Who is your hairdresser? A man called Mark. Hello, Mark. If you're watching, hello. People are admiring your handiwork. I will tell him that he's had compliments. I also hope we get new pictures of Prince Louis too. Karen M says, no, I was so drained and wanted to sleep the first 12 hours. I can understand. Alicia says, is it true that Princess Eugenie or Beatrice has autism? No, it's dyslexia. Not autism, it's dyslexia. So that's a problem with numbers and words. And I think it's more with the literacy side of things. So she's had a lot of help with that growing up. And that was Beatrice. Was Beatrice, wasn't it? Yes, Beatrice, I'm sure. Samantha says, disabilities are no big deals these days. Exactly. But I still think there's a bit of work to do with regards the workplace, I think. Yeah, we have disabled TV presenters. It's all going completely in the right direction. Flossenrog Payne says Prince John had epilepsy. I think he was brought up in a separate household. Yeah, hidden away. Like I said, it was all hidden away. Back in those days, it was it was seen as an embarrassment. It was seen as if, you know, something had gone wrong, and it just wasn't. It wasn't seen and understood the way that we do now. In most places in the world, some not so. Melinda says, so William's in New Zealand. Yes. Oh, yes. I have some upcoming dates as well. I was going to save them to the end, but we'll do it now. So Catherine is going to attend the Anzac Day service at Westminster Abbey on the 25th of April. William, as you rightly said, will be in Auckland and Christchurch on the 25th and 26th. And Charles and Camilla are visiting Germany on the 7th to the 10th of May. Now, the Germany visit is to cement relationships between the UK and Germany, and it is at the request of the British government, of course, on behalf of the Queen. So those are just a few little upcoming dates. Pauline says we should all be accepted. I have an autistic grandson. Yes, and you know what a lot of people don't realize is it's just that the world isn't always set up for people in particular with autism. It's just a different way of thinking, and a lot of the world isn't kind of set up, and a lot of in the workplace, a lot of rules and regulations and, you know, things are quite severe when it comes to an autistic person, because if you make a mistake, sometimes things, you know, you could be fired, you could be sacked, whereas employers need to be a little bit more understanding of people that may have a condition, to kind of work with that condition. And you know, people with autism can have a completely valued role in society. They can be incredibly clever and have lots of talents that are being missed out on because employers don't know the real way of how to deal and how to handle and how to manage people that have autism in the workplace. And that is something that, if I was in that position, I would be wanting to highlight as a cause. H.M. the King says, famously, George V and Mary had Prince John in 1905, who was born with severe epilepsy and died at the age of 13. It's so sad. It really is. In Wood Farm, Sandringham, where the Duke of Edinburgh lives, it's really sad. And again, you know, medical advances hadn't happened like they are today. Who knows, if he'd have been born in a different time, a different era, he could have lived and had a happy and successful life. You know, epilepsy isn't, you know, unless it's very severe, isn't always the sentence that it was way back then. Cat Lover says, thank you for your beautiful words about disability. You're a wonderful person and very appreciated. Thank you. Oh, it's true. It's what I'm saying is just true. Yes, and two of Queen Elizabeth's cousins were hidden away. I did watch a TV documentary about that once. Stephanie A. Doyle says Princess Eugenie is slightly autistic. I thought it was dyslexic. Unless I'm wrong. Have I missed something? I thought it was dyslexia she had. Kelly says, looking fabulous. I don't. Although everyone, you could argue everyone's slightly on the spectrum. You know, it's a spectrum. Everybody could be somewhere on there. Kelly says, looking fabulous. I don't know how Kate does it. Not something anyone should have to do. And I know, well, if she's comfortable with it, then that's her choice. But we shouldn't hold up everyone else to that. Okay, apparently it's reading forwards. That's fine. You love the paddle idea. Well, thank you to EAO, one of my moderators who sent me them. Thank you so much. They've worked really, really well. I've just got to remember not to smudge them. Oh no, Annette was in intensive care for a week. Oh no, there's no way you could have shown anything on the steps. H.M. the King says, I presume you chose that brooch because Her Majesty wore it to Maundy. Yes, that is exactly why. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay. Hello to Cheryl in Barbados. Kathy says, I have children and no, I could never do it. Couldn't stand for 12 hours after my births. Oh my God, no. I think the general consensus is no. But there we go. Oh, yes, Arnold, I did see the report that the tabloids are reporting that the Queen will gift Meghan her Botswana pin. I don't think so. It's a lovely idea, and I can see where they're getting it all from. You know, Harry and Meghan have the connection to Botswana. You know, the diamond in the middle of Meghan's engagement ring, I think, is a Botswanian. Is that how you say it? Botswanian? It's from Botswana anyway. A diamond in the middle. Of her engagement ring. So, you know, it fits a nice narrative. It makes a nice story, but I don't think so. And what if baby is a boy? Are they going to gift a pin to the baby boy? No, I don't think so. It's a nice idea, but I just don't think so. I'm going to call it as baloney. It's baloney, sir. But it's a nice idea. Again, it's just one of those clickbaity stories to fill a gap. Someone tell us what dyslexia is. Too many back and forth. Dyslexia is you have trouble with looking at words, reading, writing. Things just don't look right, or if you're reading, letters can seem sort of scrambled, that kind of thing. And the same with numbers as well. And some people can have things like dyspraxia as well, which is movements. And for example, if you've got dyspraxia, you might not be able to write in a straight line, that kind of thing. So there's all kinds of conditions that can be linked and similar. And again, it's all, you know, people on a spectrum. Some people can have like a little teeny bit of dyslexia. Some people can be really, really bad and almost find it completely impossible to learn to read and write. The Victoria, the TV series, have you noticed Prince Bertie? Albert was actually, did you notice they're actually tackling a really good issue, and it's about dyslexia. So he has dyslexia. That little prince has dyslexia, who's going to become king. And in those days, in Victorian times, they didn't understand it. So Prince Albert was kind of getting his air off at his son for not being able to learn. But in the episode 3, I think, that I watched, because we're behind here in the UK with it, he was teaching him letters with a dartboard, with an archery board. Now that is a really brilliant way of teaching, a more abstract way of learning, to teach somebody who has a learning disability, including dyslexia. So yes, they're kind of tackling that story there in Victoria. I just thought I'd link that in. We have a donation. Thank you to Stephanie A. Dory, who says, I love listening to all your broadcasts. Keep up the fantastic work. $10. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a fan flap. I haven't got a paddle I can give you. I need to write a thank you paddle, don't I? I've got more paddles. Yes, dyslexia is when your brain switches letters or numbers. Apparently, Arnold says the Sunday Times, Harry and Meghan are going to move to Africa. Oh, that's all levels of wrong. Oh, we get a baloney set and a fan flap for that one. My goodness. Oh, no. No. Oh, I had another paddle. I forgot to use it. Queen Elizabeth is a goddess. That one's for you, Jamie. Queen Elizabeth is a goddess. There we go. And we can't wait to see our goddess tomorrow. Gloriana will reign supreme. Okay, people talking about their horrendous labour ordeals. Candice says you're ahead of British Columbia by 8 hours. Wow. Okay, skipping through a few people saying Happy Easter still. So Happy Easter. Southern Lady says I don't think Sarah and Andrew are trying to yeah, I agree. I'm trying to read your sentence. It's not reading correctly to me, but I get your sentiment. Yes, I think they're happy the way they are. Stephanie D. Kelly says you're one of the best royal reporters out there. Prepared to head on down to Windsor. I would love to. Can you imagine me reporting from the delivery room? Meghan, push. Harry, get away from that business end. Push. Yes, I'd be there. Yes, and Sharon says William and Catherine did what was best for them. I don't think it's fair on anyone to hate on her for doing the baby parade. I still think baby parade has merits, but if Harry and Meghan want a different type of birth and a different way of presenting baby to the world, that is up to them, and everyone should be happy that they've got what they want. First a laird, now a duke. Yes. No, they're not moving to Africa. What's that on your head? It's a bit like Camilla's wedding headpiece. Hey, Tim the King says, was it Philip that told you the Queen is the most lit monarch, or where did you get that info? Well, I just presume it to be true, seeing as she's on so many stamps. I think it's probably safe to say I'm correct. Sandy Pun says, please join the Facebook group of my... Yes, I have a Facebook group, a community. Let's get it right. It's a community called Royal Reviewer and Friends. And if you request to join, you've got to answer the 3 questions, or else we cannot accept you into the group. It's to make sure you're not a troll. So please answer the questions, and then you can go in and you can post pictures of your dogs, your cats. You can go live. You can post your favorite royal pictures. You can get to know other members of the community a lot better. You can talk to each other. You can talk to me. You can post video links, articles, all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff. Mrs. Pilling says, Princess Diana did go on the record, the Andrew Morton tapes, I have listened to those, and said that she was induced. Yes. People thinking pink, yellow, lavender. First Mrs. R says, her hair feels like clouds and unicorns and smells like candy corn. Of course, we're talking about the goddess that is the Queen. Yes. I think it smells like all those mythical things. And I would love a little bit of the Queen's hair in a box, and you could kind of squish it and sniff it. Natalia R says, I think we can expect some new photos of Prince Louis on his birthday. Hopefully, I'm hoping. Come on, Catherine, get your camera out, love. Get snapping for us. Carol Williams says, no pastel purple. Okay. Lady Buckingham says, will Philip be at Easter service tomorrow? No, he has not turned up at any of these family church services. So no, I would say no. If we do get a sighting, I will be jumping up and down for joy. JSM thinks baby blue. Okay. Kathy says a pale turquoise. Okay. D-Sweet says in the US we have self-sticking stamps. I have seen them, but I'm sure the last time my mother got me a stamp, I had to lick it. Yeah, she's been on the money for 60 years. Does that mean she's also the most fondled? Probably. She's the most fondled woman and licked woman in the world. Yes, how lovely the Queen looked this week. She looked gorgeous. Stunning. Where's my paddle? Queen Elizabeth is a goddess. Hashtag Queen Elizabeth is a goddess. Okay, Lilac or Lavender. H. London says, I wish Her Majesty a beautiful 93rd birthday tomorrow. I also thank her for all she has done to make our world a better place. Her standards and dignity have reigned supreme. They have indeed. Candice wants the Queen to wear a bright colour. I hope so too. My Magical says, you are spot on. Her Majesty was a real looker in her young years and now. Movie star looks. I was just looking at old photos of her. She was also a fashion icon along with Princess Margaret. And there is a photograph of the Queen with the bare shoulders in a lovely gown. I think it was a Cecil Beaton photograph. And so, yes, people criticising royals for bearing shoulders. The Queen did it. The Queen did it first, my loves. Jamie says, William Shakespeare will be exactly too old. Yes. Norcree says, your outfit reminds me of Empire of the Sun, the band, not the movie. I like them. They're good. I can't do the song, but I like them. Lots of people giving the Queen some really good compliments. I don't know why they keep saying that the Royal Baby Parade is a royal tradition. It's not. But I think people just like it. And it does have, like I say, some benefits. I have mentioned those previously. We won't get into that. HM the King says, thy choicest gifts in store, on her be pleased to pour long. Yes, it goes on. It goes on and on. Most people don't know the full version. Elaine Parker standing for the national anthem. Lauren has sent the Queen a birthday card. Oh, I forgot. I haven't done it. Oh, I'll have to I'll send her a congratulation on becoming a new great granny card, and I'll put it in there as well. Also, happy birthday. Oh no, it's not fabulous singing. I bet you've all switched off. How many are watching now? I've only got 14 still on my phone. Yes, there are additional verses. Too many to go into. It's long. Oh, apparently there was someone not being very nice. Thank you to the moderators. Amy Kimball says, happy birthday, Her Majesty. Lots of people wanting lavender. Okay. Your Majesty, lavender. Yes, Prince Louis is a cutie pie. Lots of people going for colours. Okay. Oh no. Apparently somebody got banned. I don't know what for because I didn't see the comments. I was not looking at those. Yes, I'm looking forward to the German visit too. And of course, book princesses because you're in Germany. I don't know if you are close to where he's visiting. Lots of people still saying happy birthday to Her Majesty. Is the water used at Royal Christening taken from the River Jordan? It's holy water. I know it's holy water, but I'm not sure about the River Jordan. But if that's where most holy water comes from, I would presume so. So Wendy says, may I ask why you left teaching? Not my business, I realise. To do this. to be on YouTube. Basically, I was burning myself out. It was like I was working 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Even in my holidays from my job, I was still doing this. There was no downtime whatsoever. Something had to give. And this is way more fun. I like doing what I did, but doing about your passion is always Follow your dreams, people. Follow your dreams. Have I seen the film advertising about the Queen's Corgis? Briefly. I don't think I watched the whole advert on it. Yes, Princess usually had surgery to correct her spine. That's why when she had the wedding dress, she had it low cut so that we could see the scars. Southern Bell says workplaces are hard about needing to take longer breaks on the disabled. Again, that's a culture that I think needs to be changed, because I think, like I said, disabled people can bring a lot to a job, and sometimes little allowances need to be made to accommodate. Okay, apparently it was Ladybug. I have no idea who Ladybug was. Was she being a bug? Jenny Allen says, Happy Easter, everyone. I really enjoy your chats. First time I've ever caught you live. Hello and welcome. Sarah Zal says, oh, please, can we finally see the baby? We'll have to wait. Unless Meghan makes a little Teletubby window and we can see inside. Some lady says, I think people are beginning to realise that people with disabilities are valuable too. Yes, totally. But there needs more work done. Doesn't the Queen usually wear pastels? She does. I'm still thinking blue. Annette says, I work with autistic individuals all the time. The biggest thing is that they can function at different levels. It's a spectrum. You are quite correct. One of your clients is high functioning autistic and he's a whiz on computers. Yes, often very talented gifts as well, that could definitely be made use of in the workplace. Totally. Alicia says, a lot of people who are autistic or on the autistic spectrum are surgeons and nurses. Very, very clever people. Totally. I totally agree. Very, very clever people. They are some of the best surgeons out there. Yes. KPF says, so does the UK have laws such as ADA? I don't know what is ADA. Don't abbreviate. Put the whole thing. Is that autistic disability allowance? What is ADA? Let me know. HM the King says, Her Majesty has already packed her outfit for tomorrow. It will be an amazing shade of blue. I think blue too. We're on the same lines. Kelly says, hopefully I get to see you coming to Morocco and the UK in a month and a half. Wow. That sounds like a fabulous trip. Yes, it is. I knew it was dyslexia. I was thinking, I've never heard that she had autism. Definitely dyslexia. Cindy says, will the royal ever come to Springfield? Who knows? A royal could pop up anywhere. Melinda says, will Catherine be all by herself at the Anzac service? I'm sure she could carry it. Yes, probably. I mean, unless they find someone to go with her, but she can handle it by herself, just like a regular solo engagement. Muriel is wearing white and gold to church tomorrow. If you're not already, join the community and take a picture. I want to see the outfit. Alicia says, I would love to have my future kids at the Lindo wing. You got to save some money. I think a birth is about £5,000. Is that about $7,000, $8,000? I don't know. I mean, to us, that's expensive. I know you guys have medical bills. We don't have medical bills unless we go private. Angel's looking forward to my first live chat when baby Sussex arrives. Well, do I have anything special planned? I don't know, because as soon as she goes into labour and then we possibly get an announcement that she's had baby, we won't have a photo. We won't have anything to go on. We won't have a name. So I don't know. I'll see. As and when the time comes, we'll work something out. Where are your fans? Here. Doo-doo, fans. Oh no, my paddles are flapping. Oh no. Oh, I need to use this one as well. Mercedes. It's a Mercedes paddle because I want to be sponsored by Mercedes. It's going up a little bit. Biz Burgess says sequencing is also a struggle. So days of the week and months of the year, dyslexia is challenging. Yes. Yes, and you can have different learning aids, like different coloured papers, or you can have little coloured screens that you can put over words to make them make more sense. John August says, a couple of weeks ago, you mentioned your love of HP sauce. You're Californian. You bought a bottle. HP sauce should sponsor. What did you think of it? I know it's probably one of those tastes that you either love or you hate. But let me know. What did you think about it? Net says, yes, talking about dyslexia. All the things that you're saying are completely true. Kelly says, love that episode. Victoria is brilliant. I'm really, really loving the new series of Victoria. I don't think I realized until it was back how much I'd missed it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Should I? Oh, okay. In the episode, I think I'm on episode 3 in the UK. And in the episode I last watched, something terrible happened. A character passed away. I'm not going to say who in case you haven't watched it. But a character passed away. Oh my goodness, so emotional. I was so emotional, baby. Every time I think of you. The eyes were tearing up. My goodness, I can't believe they killed off that character. My goodness. Yes. Oh, I was shocked. But I'm really loving this series. I was trying to mix season and series into one. Series is amazing. I'm loving it. Let me know what you think. Julie Dublin says, I noticed and like how he dealt with it, particularly as he heard Bertie say the letters were moving. Yes, so they're definitely tackling dyslexia in Victoria, and I just really loved the way that Prince Albert did kind of try to find different ways of teaching him letters and words and reading. So I thought that was really nice. I just wondered if anybody else managed to get that from it. But I'm glad you did. Happy Easter to all the people who've just joined. Lady Birmingham says, oh, just like everyone else, can't wait for the next season of The Crown. I love the history of the royal family. I hope it's good. They've changed the actors, which I know they needed to do to move it on. But I'm so hoping it's good. Please be as good as the previous two. Yes, Queen Elizabeth is a goddess. Yes, it's the series Victoria on PBS in the US. Is it? I know it's been on because I think in Canada they had it way before the UK, so I'm imagining America did too. Will Philip come out for the Queen's birthday? Probably not. I think no. Probably not. He's a bit like Brian, the cat that lives in my greenhouse. Just stays in there. Lady Bungham says Victoria was a couple of months ago in the US. Well, there you go. It's available somewhere. Some lady said, yes, I saw that on Victoria. I thought it was wonderful that the issue was addressed. Pam G says, changing the subject, where do UK families go for summer holidays or bank holidays? Are there favourite places that are popular? Okay, things have changed, and it depends on how much money you have, kind of, I suppose. So way back when, like in the 50s and 60s and 70s, people used to go to British seaside towns like Blackpool or like a Butlins holiday camp. Any places where Britain has a beach would have like a holiday camp or something. And there would be traditional seaside towns that people would go on holiday to. Then when plane travel became more affordable and accessible, people generally kind of ditched British holidays in favour of going abroad to like Spain, the Canary Islands, Turkey. Then people got more adventurous and go to places like Thailand and the Caribbean and all that kind of thing. If you haven't got a lot of money, people probably still typically holiday in the UK. However, it is quite pricey still in the UK to holiday, because in the summer months, when it's school holidays in particular, they ramp up the prices and it can still be quite expensive. People do like to go to things like like holiday parks in the forests and that kind of thing. And there's still lots of like caravan, like mobile home type places that you would go to in the UK too. But nowadays, again, if you've got money, people still fly off. People would prefer, I think, to fly away somewhere different. So yes, it depends how much money you've got, really, I suppose. Vetty Martin says, I sent this before, not sure what happened. I said I dreamt that the Duchess had a boy, just as I dreamt that Zara gave birth to a girl 2 weeks before. Oh, okay. We have a psychic in the room. We'll see if you're right. Yes, Prince Philip was seen driving, but it was on private land, so you don't need a driving license to drive on private property, on the private estates. Martha says, hi from Honduras. You are a retired special education teacher, and I appreciate your positive descriptions of dyslexia and the autism spectrum. Yes, I agree. Oh no, Biz Burgess, every time something happens on Victoria, I Google the outcome. Stop! let the history play out. Although, yes, I mean, we should always do a little bit of fact check, I suppose. But don't let that give you spoilers. Melinda says, I wonder if Prince Charles will rearrange some of his brothers, in particular Andrew, you're pointing to, living arrangements once he becomes king. I don't think he will. I think he'll leave things as they are. As much as people like to think he'll shake up things radically, I think he'll pretty much do the gentle change. Although maybe he won't have a lot of time to do a gentle change. But I don't think he'll rock the boat too much. I think we'll definitely see changes, but not. He's not going to boot anybody out of anywhere. I can't post the link to. Have I put the link to the Facebook group in the description? If not, I'll have to add that on. I think I have. I think I've added it. Can someone check? I think I have. Oh, I Love Jesus says, there's a song about allergies. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. Google it. I Love Jesus by Trisha Paytas on YouTube. It says, Elliot, you are an amazing person. I've always loved Queen Elizabeth. I met her and Prince Philip when I lived in Scotland. She is so elegant, beautiful, gracious, and kind. All of those things she is, because Queen Elizabeth is a goddess. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was driving on private roads, not public. Yes, Andrew has the entire Royal Lodge. It's huge. It's massive. Carol says, it's a great community, meaning my Facebook group. The interactions and friendships are just lovely. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and that was what it was there for. HN the King says, hair in a box. That's a new one. I assure you, parts of Majesty are not going into boxes anytime soon. Oh, imagine being the Queen's hairdresser. I'd sneak a lock. Arnold Sanders says, Michelle Obama said she loved that the Queen wore the pin they gave it. Yes, she wrote about it in her book, I do believe, when she was recounting when she met the Queen. And that's why she hugged the Queen, because she said it was a really human reaction to just hug the Queen. And she felt like it was the right thing to do. And the Queen didn't mind one bit. Well, imagine getting a hug off Michelle Obama. It doesn't happen every day, does it? Monique says, I wish all the royal members a happy and peaceful Easter. I concur. Good evening to Lillian. SC964 says, your paddles are very funny. Thank you. And I'm hoping you agree with the Queen Elizabeth is a goddess amongst women and creatures here on the earth. Michelle says, Facebook is Royal Reviewer and Friends. Yes, if you send a request to Royal Reviewer and Friends, there are 3 simple questions to answer. They don't take too long, and then we will let you in and you can talk to fellow Royal Reviewers. Candice says, the Obamas give Her Majesty a pin. I didn't know that. Yes, it was. I can't remember what the description of it was, but she wore it. I mean, obviously, things are catalogued, and when it's appropriate to wear them, they will be brought out, and she will wear them. And the Obamas were flattered that she wore it. I think Michelle said something along the lines of, "What do you get the Queen?" So they gifted her that little pin, and she wore it, of course, with her other diamonds as well. Oh, I don't know the last time the Queen wore lilac. Jamie, you might know that one. Cat Lover says, would you sometimes do a segment interviewing your parents and Nan about the abdication? Wallace Windsor and what they feel about their time. My Nan might. I think my mom's still a bit too young to remember any of that, but my Nan probably would. Yes, I agree. The Queen looks gorgeous in greens and yellows. Apparently 487 are watching, my goodness. Lauren Walker says, I know it's a couple of months off, but any news on Trooping, if Trooping the Colour will go ahead with the work at Buckingham Palace? That won't affect anything. If it gets in the way, they'll just move things around, but I don't think so. I don't think it will affect anything. Artist Victoria says, I think that it would be better if you said the Queen has delivered the most mail than anyone. A much more refined statement, just like you. No, she's the most licked. She is the most licked person. She's been on millions and bazillions of stamps. Oh, Lisa has donated $1. Thank you so much, Lisa. Where's my fan? You get a fan flap. And if you're wondering if you've just joined, this is my ode to Camilla for her wedding headpiece. Blessings always. I used to be a stamp collector as a child. I still have my stamp collection book. I have such wonderful stamps from 30 to 40 years ago. The Queen is on the majority of my older English stamps. Well, there you go. Proof of my claim. Will the anthem be changed? Yes. All words of all Queen will be turned to King. God save the King. Which will take a bit to get used to. Yes, Maundy money is very interesting. Now, this might have been the bit I got rid of by accident. I don't know. But I did prepare a little something about Maundy money, and I may have just literally got rid of it. Oh, no, I've got it. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Yes, I was going to talk. I know in my video I spoke a little bit, gave some information about Maundy, but I can expand a little bit. So let's go on to it. So the Maundy service happens each year on the Thursday before Easter Sunday. Early in her reign, the Queen decided that Maundy money should not just be distributed to the people of London, and so she now travels to various cathedrals or abbeys to give gifts to local people. This year, oh no, because this is from last year, so it's reading the other time. So this year, but it wasn't this year, she visited Leicester Cathedral. And I think when she visited there, she visited all the cathedrals in the country, which I thought was very good. So what is Maundy money? During the service, the Queen distributes gifts according to the number of years she has lived for. For example, when she turned 80, she distributed 80 pence worth of Maundy money. So now, obviously, at 92, it would have been 92 pence to each person. Did you know that Queen Elizabeth I carried out the ceremony at Greenwich, distributing cloth, salmon, herrings, bread, and claret? It was traditional for the female sovereigns to also give away their own gown. I would have loved Queen Elizabeth I's gown, and give money in lieu of her gown to prevent the people fighting over it. I would have got it if I'd have been in the crowd when Elizabeth I was giving away her gown. I'd have been front and centre. I'd have pushed everyone out of the way. I'd have been there. So the service dates back to 600 AD. That's Anno Domini. And these special coins have kept much the same since 1670. They still bear the portrait of Her Majesty, designed for her coronation in 1953. Even though the image on ordinary circulating coinage has been changed 4 times throughout the Queen's long record-breaking reign. So each recipient of Maundy money is given 2 small leather purses by the Queen, one red and one white. I did talk about that in my video. The first contains a small amount of ordinary coinage, which symbolises the sovereign's gift for food and clothing. The second purse contains Maundy coins, up to the value of the sovereign's age. The coins are legal tender so they can spend them, but recipients normally prefer to retain them as keepsakes, as would I. Totally. So that's just a little bit of extra information I thought you all might like. And yes, have a happy Easter to everyone. People wanting the Queen to wear bright clothes tomorrow. HM the King says, Elizabeth II, Queen, defender of the faith, licked and fondled. Yes, definitely the most licked and fondled, but being on all those stamps. Flavor says, happy Easter, everyone. We'll have to wait and see if we see Harry and Meghan. Pam is going to have a little Easter chocolate. I don't blame you. Go right ahead. HM the King says, the Obamas gave the Queen a brooch. It was made of opal. That's right, it was. It was a little opal. I like opal. I would like an opal brooch. I might have to think about getting one. Apparently great singing. No, it wasn't. I bet I lost about 1 million subscribers. I haven't got 1 million subscribers. Oh, Elliot Poodle said, I saw the Queen's Corgi film. And you're... What? You have a dog that claims to be a descendant? Oh, you had to break it to her that she's not. Oh, I get it. You're funny. Martin Gahan says, you couldn't wear that wonderful jacket if you were still teaching. You have no idea what I used to wear. Outfits the lot. My Magical says, as you know, it is illegal in the UK to discriminate against someone with a disability. True. In the workplace, that said, some employers still do it. Yeah, it goes on, and it shouldn't. Oh, American Disability Association. Well, no, because we're in Britain, so we don't have that. Okay. Yes, we have something similar in that employers should make reasonable and practicable alterations to things and provisions, but they have to kind of employ them in the first place, and that's, I think, where the hurdle is. Thank you to Pam. HM the King says, Michelle meant the brooch. No pin was recorded as being given to Her Majesty. I have a donation from Lisa Robson, $40 US. My goodness, thank you so much. You get a fan flap. I need to do a thank you paddle. I really do. Thank you so much. That really helps. Thank you. You guys are so kind. We'll have to wait and see. It's a possibility that Meghan might ride with the Queen. We will wait with bated breath. I will be there. Oh, by the way, that service, Easter service, starts at 11. I would love to go. I really would. But I'm not. I will be there trying to see what I can see from the telly. Will we see any younger royals tomorrow? I hope so. Am I going to church tomorrow? No, I'll be waiting here, watching the royals go to church. That will be my church. I'll be living it vicariously. Still waiting for the baby shower. Oh, I know. I need to do it. Wendy says, I just fell on the floor laughing with the Mercedes paddle. Has the Queen ever worn pink? She's worn pink before in her life, definitely. Yes, I have lots of paddles. I even have, and now I've not had to use it yet. So I don't know if I should debut it, but I have a no markles paddle for when you guys talk about you know who. Yes, we have a no markle, and we also have a move on. We also have a move, and there's more paddles to come as well. Artist Victoria says, my sister is a great teacher. To be a great teacher, you spend a ton of time. You do, day and night. It's a hard job, and yeah, something had to give because I was just flat out. I really was. You have to check out Victoria. Yes, check out Victoria. It's amazing. John says, just bought the HP sauce today. I haven't had a chance to try it. Oh, please do. You think my voice is great? Oh no. Stop singing it, get decorating for the baby shower. Yes, okay, I will. Oh no, Minnie says don't quit your day job. There you go. See, that's the real tea right there. Julie says, I watched it and was saddened for the character. Yes, the character that passed away. I'm not telling you, I'm not giving you spoilers. Yes. Yeah, the young Victoria was good too. I did like that. Yes, lots of people being emotional. Yes, name. She's the Rainbow Queen. She's worn so many different colours, and that's why Queen Elizabeth is a goddess, the Rainbow Queen goddess. Butlins at Bognor. Yes, people go to Bognor Regis. It's a place in the UK. I'm not dissing Bognor. I've been to Bognor. How's Rupert doing? You'll find out in my weekly vlog. Watch it on Sunday. I think they're starting to film for season. No, they have still filmed season 3. They're just being really slow at putting it out. Yes, Philip was seen driving a carriage. No, he's not a recluse. But when it comes to, you know, set piece events, I think he's just said no, 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 no. Yes, the Lake District is also a popular place. I mean, there are some beautiful places in the UK where you can holiday, but people just, with our weather, people just want a bit of sun. People want to just fly off. Maybe to Mustique or somewhere, you know. Live, Love and Laugh says, The Crown found their Diana character. Don't think the resemblance of... Well, I looked at her face and I think once the hair's right and the makeup, I think she'll look okay. But I haven't heard her speak. Yeah, Margate and Brighton. Southampton, Littlehampton. Yeah, all seaside towns. Shireen says it's cheaper to fly sometimes than rent a holiday park. Yes, totally. I could do like a baby reveal fan, like boy or girl, couldn't I? Thank you. That's a good idea. Oh, Heidi Hi. I love Heidi. Heidi Hi. Heidi Ho. Do you have a pink or blue fan? No, not yet. I would like one. Yes, Jennifer. My hat does remind you of Camilla's. Missy BSN says there is one gown the Queen wore that had all the colours on the top. It was a yellow body of dress. It was called. Yes, I think I know the one you mean. I'm going to call that the rainbow dress. Rainbow isn't a colour. It is. It's all the colours together. Oh, I don't know how long Andrew was given a lease of. I'm not sure about that one. I've not had singing lesson fees. I've not. Can you tell? I've not had singing lessons. Yes, Wonder made it. Hello, Wonder. People joining the group. What am I doing tomorrow? Working. Sundays are always a work day for me. Of course, I've got the added work of the church service, which will be really, really nice to do. Then I finish filming and editing my weekly vlog, set all that to go live. Then I attend the premiere of it. It's all go. I mean, I can be editing the video up until 6 o'clock in the evening. Oh, Annie Leibovitz, I love her. The famed photographer revealed last time she had an assignment with the Queen. As Elizabeth did her own hair and makeup. Yes, and that was with all the fiasco over the crown. Annie Leibovitz kind of put a little bit of a foot in it. But yes, all was good. And that's when the BBC edited the Queen to look like she was having a strop when she wasn't actually having a strop. And they had to apologise. I have no idea how Harry and Meghan will celebrate their anniversary. Probably it may involve a chicken. I'm predicting. Oh, apparently 509 are watching. My goodness, how are we doing for time? Okay, we're okay for time at the moment. Hayden the King says, the Queen wore pink on the 27th of March for audiences at Buckingham Palace. She wore lilac on the 3rd of March. I think you keep a diary. I know you must have a diary. Yes, the Queen looks lovely in any colour. Even the green screen outfit. Oh, that green outfit, my goodness. People had a field day with that. They put all kinds of things on it. Southern Belle says she gave out 93 on Thursday, I think. Oh, I can't remember now. Well, she was still technically 92. So I don't know why she'd give out 93. 93 should be next year, unless I'm mistaken. I'm going to go check just to make sure. You could be completely right. Let's go check, just out of interest. She may be ahead of herself. Let's have a look. Hang on. Hang on. Let's scroll down and find the engagement, and then we'll see. Okay, where are the purses? Oh yes, it says this year the purse will equal 93 pence as Her Majesty turns 93 on Sunday. So they were ahead of themselves. They weren't sticking to her true age. They were anticipating the 93. Actually, the King says, give them her gown. We're not having a queen that publicly practices strip poker. No, definitely not. Yes, I think everyone would keep their coins if the Queen gave them to them. Definitely. The King says it's not known what kind of opal it is. Oh, what's the most expensive? Black opals are the most expensive, aren't they? Elderly Poodle says, I've always wanted to see a royal tiara with opals. I love them. That would have been one of the jewels. If I'd married Harry and I had a tiara made, I would have had opals. Is it BB1? Okay, I'm just stripping through a few. Do you like my paddle with the markles? Oh, apparently Robert Johnson has put out a royal baby book and Annette's refusing to buy it. Just skipping through a few. No, I haven't read that book. Flossamog Payne says, respect Philip's right to retire. Sadly, not an option for the Queen. No, I mean, no, she'll be queening for a long time. Unless, of course, the rumours are true about when she turns 95, possibly there being a regency. We'll have to wait and see for that one. D Sweet says, in America, a lot of people do staycations. Well, America is so big that, you know, a little staycation is almost like traveling for us in the UK to the same distance as like Spain or something. Hey, the King says, we can celebrate the baby by raising a glass and saying, yay, they're moving on. Yes. We'll have to wait and see who is at church. Yes, chicken, definitely. Yes, I will be commenting on the Queen's church service. Yes, there are all kinds of different dragons. I saw you say dragons. Different programs that can help you with dyslexia. Yes, there are. Yes, that clip of the Queen and Annie Leibovitz is quite funny. Ooh, May says, I finished 4 years of college, criminal justice, and a minor in sociology. And I went to specialize. I went to a specialized high school where I found out I had dyslexia. I was good in math, but could not transfer my words. Exactly. And if you get the right kind of help, you can go on and do anything. Catherine says, black opal is also the most beautiful. I love the black opals. Okay. Oh yeah, BBC One. No, I don't. It's not being televised, and I can't remember where I watched it. Where I watched The Arrivals last year, I can't remember. I'm going to have to be finding out myself. The King says, did you know there is a badminton court marked out under the carpet in St George's Hall? I didn't know. Was the badminton court an old one from Tudor times? I have some vague recollection about it may go back to the reign of Henry VIII or something of that kind of nature. Service is at 11 in the UK time. Lots of people still thinking the Queen will wear pastels. I'm still thinking blue. Oh my goodness, I've made it down to the bottom of chat. Oh, wow. It's not very often I do that. Sandy Pun says, is it true that the right-wing white supremacists want to harm Prince Harry and Meghan for marrying a biracial woman? I've not heard any of that at all. So no, but who knows what they think? I don't move in those circles, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what they are thinking, what they are saying, because I pay them no heed. Hexen the King says the court was used by Charles Diana's kids, but I don't know. I've got a feeling something along that, or is that Hampton Court? Am I getting my palaces mixed up? It's either there or something at Hampton Court, where there is some kind of old Tudor relics of sporting things going on. It could be Hampton Court now I've come to think about it. Oh yes, it's a flag. I could actually fly the flag. It's the Royal Standard. Okay, apparently it's moss agate. Okay. Yes, real tennis. That's what I'm thinking of. You're right. That's what I'm thinking of. Real tennis. What's coming up this week to watch out for? I think I did read some of those earlier, but I'll whiz through them again. We have Catherine attending Anzac Day service on the 25th, Williams visiting Auckland and Christchurch on the 25th and 26th, and Charles and Camilla are in Germany on the 7th to the 10th of May. Okay. Ooh, I'm going to sneeze, I think. I don't think I muted it in time, did I? I have pollen allergies all day. I haven't got a cold. It doesn't feel like a cold. It feels like tickly particles going up my nose, which is pollen. So some tree or some pollen out there is making me sneeze. Yeah. Yes, bless you. Oh, doing it for Jesus. Right, I'm going to go now because my headpiece is it's slowly sliding off. Let's readjust. There we go. I'm going to go now, and I'm going to pack away, and I'm going to have a lovely cup of tea. And I hope you do the same. So thank you if you've made it this far. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything off that I wanted to talk about before I go. I think we've oh yes, I also wanted to send out my condolences again to the people of Paris for the Notre Dame fire. I think over €1 billion has been raised to help fix Notre Dame. And I think we've spoken about everything else. Prince Charles has given an Easter message, which I did a video on, so do go and check that. And the Duke of Sussex has also given a message ahead of the London Marathon. Now, I know people are going to be saying, when's the London Marathon? So I did pre-find out. So the London Marathon is Sunday, the 28th of April. So a week's time. So there we go. And I wish everyone good luck in that too, but I'll wish them good luck next week as well. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Go on, hit the thumb. It's somewhere down there. Also, do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. And I hope you have an amazing, voluptuous week. Join me for the premiere of my weekly vlog tomorrow at 12 AM in the morning. It's late in the UK, but you'll work out what time that is for you. So from me in Shropshire, mwah to you all and goodbye.